Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. Welcome to Naples, Italy, one of Europe's most incredible cities for thousands of years. It has stood as a city of resilience, pride, and power. Tonight, those same traditions into the squared circle. Welcome to BKFC 91, live from Arena Flegrea. First, we start off with our preview, 3 big fights that set the pace for the whole night. It's Antonio Muscatiello, Guillermo Gicco, who have the honor of getting this crowd hyped with our very first fight in Naples. Feature about the inaugural European Light-Heavyweight Title. Melis from Slovakia and Germany's Toni Estorer. Both have that killer instinct. Kill or be killed. Both want to stop the fight with a TKO. Expect a real firefight in this one. In our co-main event, a Neapolitan fighting legend, Ernesto has fought his way to a shot at the European Cruiserweight Title. But Czech's master, Jindrich Byrtus, is locked in and ready to ruin that dream and turn it into a Napoli nightmare. And in the main event, the inaugural BKFC World Ironweight Title. Is this the most hate vitriol that we've ever seen between two fighters? It's primal. Pound-for-pound king and light heavyweight champion Lorenzo only knows one way to battle pure chaos. But Italy's Walter Pugliesi has that dog in him. Only 2-0 in the company, but it's been all destruction, all carnage. Versus Pugliesi, Ironweight Title, main event of BKFC 91. And welcome inside Arena Flegrea here in Napoli. What an incredible fight week it has been, but it's only getting better. Finally, they are piling into the arena. They are about to see the most exciting combat sport in the world, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Now, this main event has been absolutely destructive. It's been like Vesuvius, an eruption of violence from the presser. Let's take a look back at the press conference. The very first time they face off, and Hunt and Pugliesi could not be separated. They broke away from security a number of times. Then it was just yesterday, the shot, David Feldman there, Vesuvius in the background, and it was about to erupt again. And just a few hours later, the eruption happens. Pugliesi and Hunt at weigh-ins, putting hands on each other. Could not be restrained. It was intense. I don't know in the history of this game that we've ever seen such intensity, such hate between the two of them. Then somehow, some way, at the end of the weigh-in, they hold hands and they raise both hands up. Who knows what you're gonna get in our main event tonight? All I can tell you is the Ironweight Championship is on the line for the very first time, and it is going to be a dogfight in that main event. But speaking of the main event, let's go to our incredible commentary team, Sean Willock and Chris Lytle, for the very first time tonight. Gentlemen, this main event, Hunt and Pugliesi could tear this whole arena down.
Cyrus, and it really speaks to the international nature of this card here in Napoli. Chris, fighters from 13 different nations represented. That goes directly to the global impact of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Absolutely, Sean. I've always said that there's only 2 sports that are global, soccer and fighting. And this shows it all over the world. You got Czech Republic, you got Ireland, Wales, Italy, all the way, just all over the place. Everybody wants to be part of BKFC. Everybody understands exactly what fighting is. 2 people going in that bare fist. This is what makes this sport great, and the whole world sees it.
And Chris, that international theme most definitely extends to our main event. From the United States, Lorenzo Hunt versus from here in Italy, Walter Pugliesi. The winner becomes the first ever BKFC 225-pound world champion.
Absolutely, and Lorenzo Hunt's been phenomenal in the United States and just all over. This guy takes people out easily, puts him down. He can get knocked down and still get back up. But Pugliesi, this guy's only fought for us a few times, but destruction. This guy is extremely good, extremely powerful. 2 just strong bulls coming at each other. This will be an amazing fight.
Tonight's fight odds are presented by RainBet.
And look at these odds, a lot of positive things to go after. If you really want something safe, I like the parlay. If you want to put Sweeney in with Chapman,
administered this evening by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. We open this evening with a bout in the featherweight division. Antonio Muscatiello versus Guillermo Gicco. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Here we go. Muscatiello, 4 inches taller. However, only a 1-inch reach advantage in this fight.
To Italy, Guillermo Gicco set for his BKFC promotional debut. Gicco has had 5 bouts in the sport of bare knuckle and by his count, over 100 professional Muay Thai fights. In our fighter meeting, Guillermo Gicco told us, I will continually turn up the pressure as this fight progresses. Heavy hooks to the body of my opponent in the clinch.
Lots of head movement. He'll use footwork to get inside. Feels like his opponent needs to get inside for the finish, but when he gets in there, he's going to utilize that clinch and utilize that uppercut.
Of his opponent in this featherweight bout, Antonio Muscatiello, Guillermo Gicco said, I really respect him. I know he's extremely fast. I know he has very technical striking. I expect him to be quick off from scratch. Gicco said, I have to make this an inside fight. I cannot allow Muscatiello keep me at range.
But when he makes it an inside fight, Sean, he really wants to focus on his defense. He cannot take hard shots from this opponent. He wants to be defensive, yet at the same time, try and be aggressive.
Gicco said, I'm going to keep blocking punches, coming forward. I feel that heavy aggression, Gicco said, is my key to victory.
Quando 2 elementi sono in lotta e sono irriducibili, l'unica soluzione è nella forza. Se io la centesima parte dell'energia messa a contenere la violenza la mettessi a scatenare, vedreste allora.
From Milan, Italy, Antonio Muscatiello enters 1-0 in BKFC. Muscatiello standing in his pro boxing career, where he compiled a record of 22-3-1 with 15 of those 22 wins by way of knockout. In March 2013, Muscatiello fought to the European Boxing Union 147-pound title. Antonio Muscatiello told us, I'm going to be smart while continually aggressive. I want to establish myself in the mid-range and throw short overhand rights.
And Muscatiello wants to make this a boxing match. He feels like his opponent's going to come in, attack him wildly. He wants to counter, but this is a classic boxer versus the fighter. He's a boxer, and he's going to outbox his
13 fights on this card here in Naples, Italy. That means 26 fighter meetings. And Antonio Muscatiello gets quote of the week. We asked him, how important is your jab? He said, very. With my jab, quote, I will travel the world.
That's what he wants to do, utilize that jab to keep the distance. Make this boxing match, control the distance, control the range, control the fight.
A sweltering summer evening here in Northern Europe as we're in Naples, Italy. To get our for BKFC 91, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, buonasera, signore e signore, and a very good welcome to one and all. Welcome to the historic Flegrea Arena here in Napoli, Italy. And welcome to the most exciting and most violent 2 minutes in combat sports. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BKFC 91. BKFC for review begins tonight with 3 2-minute rounds in the BKFC featherweight division, presented to you by Gabriel Spirits. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears purple. He stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 144 1/2 pounds. His overall bare knuckle fighting record stands at 5 fights, and tonight he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Santa Maria di Castellabate, Italy, here is Guillermo, the Pitbull Gicco. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 145.3 pounds. His overall pro boxing record stands at 22 victories opposite 3 defeats with 1 fight even, and holds a BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Milano, Italy, here is Antonio, the Big Terminator, Muscatiello. And our referee in charge of the action, Stefano Valenti.
Antonio Muscatiello told us, I believe Guillermo Gicco will be very physical. Therefore, Muscatiello said, I have to be very technical. BKFC debut for the Italian referee, Stefano Valenti. Valenti bringing both fighters up to scratch. Well, almost did. Round number 1.
Stand back, stand back. Fight.
Black trunks for Antonio Muscatiello, purple trunks for Guillermo Gicco.
And Gicco just coming in throwing bombs already.
Short right hand on the inside, almost a side headlock. We'll see the patience of Valenti. And then Stefano Valenti's patience on the reset. Scheduled for 3 rounds. We're at 145 pounds. Heavy entry again from Guillermo Gicco.
Gicco's just coming in throwing bombs, trying to land a big shot.
2 big right hands now, stumbling, taking himself off balance, but then landing the left hand. Guillermo Gicco heavy to the inside from the half tie on Muscatiello. The turn in the counter from Gicco.
And Gicco doing a good job of turning this in his kind of fight, a brawl. Let's see if he can win it.
Back to it from Stefano Valenti. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1. Left hook, overhand right to the inside for Gicco. Valenti telling Gicco, watch with leading with your head. Stiff jab from Gicco. Took Muscatiello off balance.
Gicco believing in his power.
Gicco again, exactly where he wants to be, Chris. On the inside, he told us he had to solve the range. He could not allow Muscatiello to make this a clean outside fight. Rugged to the inside again comes Guillermo Gicco. Antonio Muscatiello trying to counter with his back against the rope. From the half tie plum goes Gicco. Now Muscatiello forward off the 1-2 and then the left hook.
And this is exactly what Gicco wants, but like I said, he might get there, but can he win this fight?
Gicco is cut under his left eye as he lands a clean jab. Right hand misses, there's the left hook. Swelling into the left eye of Muscatiello. 15 seconds remaining, round number 1. Both fighters back to the center circle. Overhand right, big left hand from Guillermo Gicco. Back to the clinch, short right hand from Muscatiello. Side headlock position again from Guillermo Gicco. The bell, that in, round number 1.
And Muscatiello is finding out something. This isn't boxing. Those punches that usually don't land with gloves are landing now. He's gonna have to adjust in this fight. Both guys had their moment in that round. Both guys landed powerful shots. Once again, I feel like Gicco did a good job of making this his fight, his style. But can he win at it? We will find out. A good jab by Gicco that landed. Muscatiello just knocked him off balance a little bit. Once again, just throwing these overhand lefts and overhand rights. You see those coming, and it makes a nice straight jab come through. It's almost like a change-up pitch as a pitcher, Sean. You just don't see it coming because it's not what you've been seeing.
Seconds out called. Both fighters, again, not quite up to scratch. That's semantics, Chris. Round number 2. Short right hand from Guillermo Gicco. Tying tight for Antonio Muscatiello, a very traditional pro boxing stance for Muscatiello. Right hand, left hand, big entry from Gicco again. On the turn, As you see, turning his back, Guillermo Gicco. Good refereeing from Stefano Valenti. Swing and a miss with the overhand right, but that allows the entry for Guillermo Gicco from the half-tie plug. Straight left hand and the right hand from Muscatiello. 125 remaining, round number 2.
And Gicco making it very difficult, coming in, throwing these powerful overhand rights and lefts that really closing the distance quickly.
There's the duck under on the right hook of Muscatiello. To the inside. Gicco said heavy hooks to the body in the clinch, continually work the half-tie plug. Gicco trying to make this an inside fight again. Forward pressure without punches to the inside. Antonio Muscatiello again, Chris, with his back against the ropes, now turning back to the center circle. Separation from Stefano Valenti.
That is not where Muscatiello wants to be. Back against the ropes is the worst position for him. He wants to stay out, long fight, pick his opponent apart. He's not been able to do so.
Step in jab again from Guillermo Gicco. There's a short right hand and the left hand from Muscatiello, but closing the space once more, Guillermo Gicco. On the restart.
Just pushing his way in, walking right in, not taking any damage. Muscatiello needs a counter a little bit more effectively.
To the canvas, that's ruled a slip, correctly so by Stefano Valenti. See the complaint from Guillermo Gicco saying that he was pushed by Antonio Muscatiello. Now the conversation between Valenti and Gicco, but definitely ruled as a slip.
Looked like a push.
E basta. Ehi, combatti e silenzio, combatti e silenzio. Poi!
Gicco essentially telling them to calm down. Again into the clinch. There is the bell. We move to the third and final round.
I still feel like Gicco doing a great job of turning this into his fight, throwing power shots, getting into the pocket, into the clinch, landing some good shots. Muscatiello's got to create more space, stay outside, make his opponent pay for trying to get inside. Hit, stick, and move. He can't just put his back against the ropes. He's not winning the fight in that manner. Easier said than done. We have a guy coming, throwing overhand rights, left hooks, trying to push you back.
Third and final round upon us. We're at 145 pounds. Italian versus Italian here in Napoli. Our third time for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in this outstanding country. Our first time for BKFC in this outstanding city. Antonio Muscatiello, 22-win pro boxer, entering 1-0 in BKFC. Guillermo Gicco, this is 6 bare knuckle bout and his first in BKFC. Third and final round. Immediately again to the inside comes Guillermo Gicco with the right hand. You see Muscatiello trying to counter. Muscatiello on the feint. Long step-in jab again from Gicco. Gicco continuing to close distance, shuffle step, almost as though one would throw a switch kick to get to the inside for Gicco.
Gicco just pushes in, throws hard shots. It's easy to look back and say he should just counter those, but if you get hit by one of those shots, you're in trouble.
Entry again from Guillermo Gicco. Throwing with his back against the ropes, Antonio Muscatiello, but so difficult to get the leverage. Valenti telling Muscatiello, watch punches to the back of Gicco's head. Double jab in, open-chested. Unconventional, but it worked again, Chris, on the entry for Guillermo Gicco. Gicco continuing to take away time and space from Antonio Muscatiello, who told us he had to use his technique, use his skill, use his speed. But Gicco making this a chest-to-chest fight largely.
Gicco blitzes in a manner making it difficult to land counter shots. But I mean, Muscatiello's just really not throwing anything as he comes in. He needs to rock back, hop back, throw a punch, and then come forward, set it up, bait his guy to throw him.
Gicco waving Muscatiello forward. That's ironic because it's Gicco who's continually been coming forward. Stretch drive of this fight. 35 seconds remaining, third and final round. Stefano Valenti, the referee in his first BKFC bout, continuing to keep this fight moving. Continuing to come to the inside, Guillermo Gicco again. You see the posting now of Gicco. Muscatiello trying to counter, there's the left hand through from Gicco. Effective upper body wrestling from Guillermo Gicco. fight. See the stumble of Muscatiello. And Gicco waving Muscatiello forward. The finger wag from Guillermo Gicco, and that is the end of the fight.
Very entertaining fight, Sean. I felt like Gicco did a great job of turning this into his fight. His distance, his range. It wasn't like he went in there and dominated, but I felt like he did a lot of positive things in this fight.
Guillermo Gicco told us, I know Antonio Muscatiello is extremely fast. I know he's an extremely technical striker, an extremely accomplished pro boxer. Gicco said, I cannot let him stay on the outside. And largely, Chris, through the full 3 rounds, the full 6 minutes, Guillermo Gicco did not allow Muscatiello any time or space on the outside.
And Muscatiello said this is a classic boxer versus fighter fight. Thing was, he really wasn't able to box. So let's see what the judges say. But he knew what the score was coming in. He knew it. He assessed it properly, but was unable to turn this into a boxing match.
Our judges here in Italy have been assigned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation, headed by Mike Mazzulli.
John, we'll get a good look at how the judges are scoring the fight right away. The guy pressing forward. Guy doing damage.
Nice moment between Antonio Muscatiello and Guillermo Gicco. See deep swelling as well as the cut in and around and under Antonio Muscatiello's left eye. Moderate swelling under the left eye of Guillermo Gicco, as well as that mouse that popped.
I felt like it was just the ability to throw those powerful shots that you don't usually see in boxing to get inside. Didn't have to jab his win. He threw overhands. It made Muscatiello just freeze and kind of back up and defend himself. And that's what got Gicco inside to do the damage.
Guillermo Gicco feeling good about his performance. We shall see. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges at ringside score the fight 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28 to the winner by unanimous decision. Guillermo the Pitbull Gicco!
Great victory for Gicco. Did enough to get the victory, fought his fight, put the fight where he wanted it to, and got the victory.
Guillermo Gicco told us, I will turn up the pressure as this fight progresses. He really turned up the pressure from the opening moments of this fight and continued that forward pressure, making it an inside fight. Gicco said, I have to rely on heavy aggression. Indeed, he did. Antonio Muscatiello wanted to stay on the outside, wanted to be technical. Guillermo Gicco simply took that away and made it an inside fight. The winner, by way of unanimous decision, Guillermo Gicco defeats Antonio Muscatiello.
Friday, August 8th, the roar of Sturgis Bike Week meets the thunder of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. BKFC rumbles into the Buffalo Chip with an action-packed night, headlined by the unbeaten, defiant Brian Atchison, taking on the dangerous knockout artist who's been on a roll, Mike Jones. Plus, heavyweight giants collide as Bear the Last Barbarian Hill battles the towering 6'7" Brady Big Bird Meester. Watch it on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
In the middleweight division, Marco Saccaro versus Christian Brinzan. Our tale of the tape is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
All right, Sean, huge height advantage for Brinzan. 5'7" to 6'3", that's massive. However, only a 1-inch reach advantage. And usually in this situation, I feel like the shorter guy can come in, land those overhands. So Saccaro does have a good chance, I believe, in this fight.
Platinum Mike Perry. Outstanding in BKFC, outstanding in MMA. One of our favorite fighters in the world, one of the biggest personalities in all of combat sports, with us here in Napoli. From Moldova, now based here in Italy, Christian Brinzan, set for his BKFC debut. Brinzan has had 21 pro MMA bouts. Christian Brinzan told us in our fighter meeting, I want to stay on the outside, use a more bladed stance for this my bare knuckle debut than I do across my 21 pro MMA bouts. Long, straight punches, Brinzan.
He wants to start slow, Sean. See what his opponent's going to do, download, assess. But like you said, definitely wants to utilize that reach. Thinks his one's going to come in, utilize that uppercut as his opponent tries to step in.
Brinzan said, I want to be very smart, very tactical throughout. Brinzan said, I will counter, but largely I want to settle into a rhythm of being first, and I want to mainly throw to the head of my opponent, the Italian Marta Saccaro.
But he feels like he's going to be bigger and stronger, wants to be physical in the clinch, pushes his opponent around and wear him down.
The Italian from Livorno, Marco Saccaro, set for his bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Saccaro has had 9 pro mixed martial arts bouts. Marco Saccaro told us, I am focused on a fast start and I will immediately seize openings off of forward pressure, off of smart level changes.
Feels like he's an aggressive fighter. However, he's a thinker in the fight. Said he wants to do something. I love this, Sean. He said he wants to throw a lot of power shots, not a lot of jabs. That's kind of how I was, so I really like what he said.
Of his opponents in this middleweight bout, the Moldovan Christian Brinzan, Marco Saccaro said, I know that Brinzan has more hand speed than me. I will negate that, Saccaro said, with my superior footwork.
Feels like he needs to make this an inside fight. That's what this is about, distance. He needs to get inside, land those overhands. Those are his best punches. Get in, land power, get the victory.
Marco Saccaro told us, power punches are my easy victory. Here we go with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the BKFC middleweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 175.7 pounds. His MMA record stands at 21 fights, and tonight he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Padova, Italy, by way of Moldova. Here is Christian Brinzan. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears white. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 175.8 pounds. His MMA record stands at 6 victories opposite 3 defeats. And tonight he toes the line for the very first time. Fighting out of Livorno, Italy. Here is Marco Saccaro. And our referee in charge of the action, Stefano Valenti.
Christian Brinzan told us, I'm going to be throwing uppercuts as Marco Saccaro comes forward. Brinzan then said, I think Saccaro will keep running into my punches. Round number 1, white trunks for the Italian, Marco Saccaro. Black trunks for the Moldovan, now based here in Italy, Christian Brinzan.
Brinzan is probably accurate with his ability to throw those uppercuts, because you can just see the way Saccaro's getting low already. If he comes in, it will be low.
Jab to the body from Saccaro, overhand right. Good head movement from Brinzan. Brinzan back to the outside, lead left hook from Christian Brinzan. Brinzan to the inside, left hook on the turn from Saccaro. Downward 2 from Brinzan. There's the bladed stance that Brinzan talked to us about. Heavy front shoulder from Orthodox for Christian Brinzan. Much squarer stance as you see from Marco Saccaro from Orthodox.
Oh.
Counter on the left hand, taking the knee, Christian Brinzan. Fight on from referee Stefano Valenti.
And Brinzan took a knee. You thought they would have stopped it for a second, gave him the 8 count, but no.
No complaint though from Marco Saccaro as he lands the left hand.
Oh, you can see. Oh, where'd that come from?
And to his back goes Marco Saccaro. Brinzan almost assuredly was dropped, bounced off of his knee. Fight on from Stefano Valenti. Against the flow of this fight, Saccaro down.
Oh!
There's the count from Stefano Valenti. The protestations of Marco Saccaro. And the victory for the Moldovan Christian Brinzan.
And that came out of nowhere. I thought that Brinzan got clipped and went down, but out of nowhere, looked like he was losing the fight. Against the flow of the fight, one punch changed everything. I didn't even see it happen, Sean. His back was to me. Another look. Didn't even look like that good of a punch. Little right hook. Yeah, I'm not sure. He got up at 9. The referee said no mas.
So there's a mandatory 8 count, which means that the referee must count to 8, but the referee has control of the count. Stefano Valenti feeling as though Marco Saccaro could not safely continue. So Saccaro beat the count, but it's important to remember that as a referee, you are always in control of the count. Stefano Valenti feeling that that is the end. Saccaro with the protestations and the celebration from Christian Brinzan.
Once again, Brinzan did not go without adversity. It looked like he got dropped early. He took a couple very hard shots. His face is fine, but I was wondering if he was going to go down. Out of nowhere, and a little right hook. He must have power in those hands because Saccaro went down. It was like a delayed reaction. Went down and got up very late.
Most definitely, Chris, a delayed reaction. That right hand, somewhere between an overhand and a hook from Christian Brinzan. Saccaro stepping back, then going to the canvas. That is the fight in round number 1. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end with our referee in charge of the action, Stefano Valenti, reaching the count of 10 at 1 minute 12 seconds, round number 1. For your winner by KO, Christian Brinzan.
And a good job for Brinzan. Got in, dealt with some adversity, took some shots, but still came out with a first round knockout.
I know.
Marco Saccaro told us, I am focused on a fast start. And then immediately sees openings. A fast start for the Italian Marco Saccaro. It looked as though he dropped Christian Brinzan. Not ruled a knockdown by Stefano Valenti, but that most definitely was the right hand from the Moldovan Christian Brinzan, and that is the fight. Victorious by way of first round technical knockout, Christian Brinzan defeats Marco Saccaro.
July 25th, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship makes its debut in Montevideo, Uruguay. In the main event, the undefeated star, Gaston Tongareno, finally comes home to fight Bare Knuckle for the first time ever. But it won't be an easy feat when he faces Josh Krejci. Plus, in the can't-miss co-main event, it's Ninja Canetti versus Emiliano El Toro Nieli. Watch the world's most exciting combat sport debut in Uruguay. Check it out live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Kai Stewart, DiLiani, August 29th, where? In Fenway Park.
The man I run this. I am the king of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
And right back from Ziggler.
And Kai Stewart, you I want that strap. Come get me, baby. I'm number 1.
is Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt, pound for pound king and light heavyweight champion, looking for his third weight class title tonight here in Napoli against a very formidable opponent. Lorenzo Hunt always ready to go, but has he ever matched up with a force like this? Walter Pugliesi, straight out of Italy, and the man is a walking tapestry here, an absolute monster. He has only won by finish, and now he has to try to take out one of the best of the BKFC. And here we are in beautiful Napoli. You see the birthplace of pizza, incredible pizza pies here in Naples. BKFC 91 brought to you by Bucked Up. Feel like $1 million. Gabrielle and Spirits. iHeartRadio. Ball Boys Skincare, for athletes by athletes. And the world's creamiest stout, Forged Irish Stout. And now your next Tale of the Tape.
In the lightweight division, Cristian Sabatini versus Charlie Marta. Our Tale of the Tape is presented by RainBet.
And Sabatini enjoying an extremely good height advantage, 6'1" to 5'6", also a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight.
Charlie Marta, set for his BKFC debut. Marta from Romania, now based in Berlin, Germany, has had one previous bare-knuckle bout, 2 in professional boxing, 5 as an AMI in MMA. Marta told us, I want to make this fight an outright brawl. He then said, make no mistake, I would rather lose by getting knocked out than win by getting the decision.
Well, I think he's going to oblige all those two things. He is a pressure fighter, so he's going for the early knockout, Sean. He wants an inside fight, use head moves to get there. And he said something I never like to hear, said he will definitely trade punches, eat punches to get inside. That's never a good strategy in my opinion, but it works sometimes. We'll see.
Marta said, I am not focused at all on defense. He then said, I feel that I have excellent cardio, which will allow me to push the relentless pace forward.
Feels like he has a power advantage in this fight. That's why he feels like he can trade. He gets in, he will take one, but if he delivers, he's putting his guy down.
No, you can't put more. That's what
The Italian from Rome, Cristian Sabatini, set for fight number 1 in bare-knuckle fighting championship. Sabatini is 4-1 in pro boxing. He told us, I'm going to stay on the outside off of an active jab, but if we work to the clinch, Sabatini said, I will, quote, be cruel.
And I love what he said. He said he's coming into this fight like a pit bull, Sean. Utilizing that jab to set up his power shot, gonna cut off the ring when his opponent runs. I said, why is he gonna run? He said, oh, he's gonna run.
Of his opponent in this lightweight bout, Charlie Marta, Cristian Sabatini said, I expect a fast start from Marta. I also expect wild swings. I have to smartly cut off the ring, and I have to use my hand speed.
Feels like he has an advantage with speed and power. Get in position, throw those shots, land those power shots. As soon as he does so, he's putting his guy down.
Sabatini also said, I have to use excellent movement, especially lateral movement. I have to be calm under pressure. As Sabatini said, I believe that Marta will be reckless under pressure. Back to the ring, and Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the BKFC Lightweight Division. Presented to you by RainBet. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 155.1 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Sinicolau, Mare, Romania. Here is Charlie Marta. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears pink. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 152.1 pounds. His pro boxing record stands at 4 victories opposite a single defeat. And tonight he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Roma, Italy. Here is Christian Sabatini. And our referee in charge of the action, Stefano Valenti.
Charlie Marta said, I know that Christian Sabatini is an outstanding technical fighter. Therefore, Marta told us I have to make this a brawl. Stefano Valenti bringing both fighters up to scratch. Nearly a sporting touch of hands. There we go on the second attempt. Round number 1. Pink trunks for the Italian, Christian Sabatini. Black trunks for the Romanian, based in Germany, Charlie Marta. To the inside, big uppercuts with the rear right hand from Marta. Marta forward, big swings from Marta. Marta doing exactly what he told us that he would do, Chris. Heavy pressure to the inside.
I love the body work by Sabatini.
Sabatini cut under his left eye as he just changed levels. Lead left hook from Marta, not there.
Needs to go back to the body, though. Sabatini did a great job.
To the canvas goes Christian Sabatini. Ruled as a slip, correctly so, by Stefano Valenti. Marta to the inside, but right uppercuts to the body from Christian Sabatini. 120 remaining, round number 1. Big exhale from the Romanian, Charlie Marta. Marta feigning on the level change. Sabatini pointing to the center circle. Left uppercut from southpaw from Sabatini off the mark. Those uppercuts landing to full effect. Into the canvas goes Charlie Marta.
I think they're called out a push down, Sean.
No complaint from Sabatini, ruled indeed as a slip by Stefano Valenti. In the right hand, more big swings from Marta. Left hook to the body from Christian Sabatini. Sabatini continuing to move and throw. Marta continuing to come forward and throw. That's ruled a push down the slip by Valenti, the 3rd slip of round number 1.
I'd like to see more body shots by Sabatini. When he lands those, he does great damage.
Flowing freely from the cut under Sabatini's left eye.
Luckily, it's under the eye, Sean. He's doing some good work in Sabatini at this point.
Sabatini pointing to the center circle. Swing and a miss from Marta. Big right hook to the body from Sabatini. 2 swings, 2 misses from Marta. Sabatini on the left hook. Right uppercut from the half-time block. On the counter. We'll see how this is ruled by Stefano Valenti. It's ruled as slip number 4 of round number 1. Final seconds of the opening round. The Italian Christian Sabatini, the Romanian Charlie Marta, 155 pounds. Scheduled for 3 rounds. Next up, round 2.
Very entertaining round. I really feel like that was good for Sabatini. He really started to get the distance and the range as that round went on. And here's what we saw. Some very good body work. Left hand, right hand. And those did a lot of damage. You can tell by the way Marta reacted. He didn't like any of that. Marta has got to find a way to get in and land those powerful overhands, those hooks that he was doing early, did damage, cut his opponent open. Every time they get in exchange, he's dangerous. Sabatini has to turn this into a boxing match. So doing a very good job late in that round, pulling away, countering. He's got to do the same thing.
Stefano Valenti just telling Christian Sabatini, watch the push on the back of Marta's head, neck in the clinch. Round number 2.
Sean, here's something you don't see too often. Marta does have Marlboro on his socks. Sponsored by a cigarette company.
Since 1977, there's the right hand from Christian Sabatini. See the The measuring now of Sabatini to the inside comes Charlie Marta to the canvas. Goes Christian Sabatini. How about slip number 5 in this fight?
At some point, you have to start penalizing people.
To the clinch. Deep on the underhook from Christian Sabatini. Sabatini listed at 6'1" to Marta's 5'8". 125 remaining round number 2. See them measuring again from southpaw Sabatini from orthodox. Naked 2 on the entry, now the left hook of Marta. Marta trying to snatch the half-tie block. Back to it from referee Stefano Valenti.
Sabatini putting that right hand to mask his opponent's vision.
That's a fine line, Chris, because we're under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting. You cannot legally extend your fingers towards the face of your opponent, moving either forwards or backwards.
Well, he didn't get that memo, so he continues to do it.
Hands on hips from Charlie Marta. Coming forward on his back foot, loading up the rear left hand from southpaw Christian Sabatini. You see the framing of Charlie Marta, now the turn from Sabatini. Separation from Valenti, 30 seconds remaining round 2. Big exhale from Sabatini.
You can see Marta slowing down markedly. I wonder if those cigarettes sponsors aren't doing damage.
On the turn, there's the big right hand, and to the body goes Christian Sabatini. Half-tie block snatched by Charlie Marta, doing so defensively. And Sabatini told us, I will quote, be cruel in the clinch, trying to throw with real intent in the clinch. Christian Sabatini in the last sequence. The bell, we move to the 3rd final round.
And it appears to me that Marta really seems to be slowing down as this fight continues. Sabatini, if he can step up the volume, I think would really pay dividends in this fight. If you have a man tired, you have to step on the gas, wear him down, try and get the finish. Continue to go to the body. Here's Sabatini in the mix. Oh, beautiful uppercut. You can see that boxing pedigree, the combinations. Another good left hand landed. That was towards the end of the round.
Third and final round of this lightweight bout. BKFC debut for both fighters, the Italian Christian Sabatini, the Romanian based in Germany, Charlie Marta. Both fighters near the scratch line. Number 3.
Oh, nice.
The level change. Here's the left hand, but that's definitely blocked by Marta's right hand. Swing and a miss with the right back from Charlie Marta. Left hand getting through from Sabatini. Marta spinning 360 degrees. Grabbing both ropes, Christian Sabatini.
Another cut under the eye.
4 big swings from Marta on the turn. Level change from Sabatini. Punishment to Sabatini from referee Stefano Valenti. And again, touching the canvas. Marta heavy on the head and neck of Sabatini. How about 6 slips in this fight, Chris? Left hand from Sabatini.
Marta just keeps walking through those powerful shots.
7 slips.
I feel like he goes down on purpose just because he doesn't like the position he's in.
On the left hand, there's the right uppercut getting through from Christian Sabatini.
Man, I mean, Marta got a chin. He continues to take powerful shots.
It's not illegal escape under the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting to just drop to the canvas willingly if you're caught in the clinch.
And that's where the referee has to start having discretion. Be like, now you're doing this on purpose.
But now, corner of his right eye, Christian Sabatini. Getting late in this lightweight fight. 35 seconds remaining, 3rd and final round. We saw hands on the hips of Charlie Marta.
Just taking beatings at the end of each round. It's Marta. He keeps taking hard shots.
Marta then told us he felt that his excellent cardio would allow him to push the pace, but keep in mind, we have our 8th slip of the fight. Marta does have Marlboro. Sponsors on his socks.
Maybe they're sponsors, maybe they're just the socks. Is he taking a point? Oh, that could be huge.
1 point deduction.
Because he keeps hitting
Christian Sabatini from Stefano Valenti.
That could be huge in this fight, Sean.
So this is either going to be a 10-8 round for Charlie Marta, assuming we do not get a knockdown in the final seconds, or a 9-9 round. That 1-point deduction to Sabatini from Valenti could mean everything, as that is the end of the fight.
Wow, that was meaningful. And I don't know if he warned him, Sean, but we talked about it. You cannot let the guy just keep going on the ground. You have to stop him. You have to tell him. I would have probably called time. I said, hey, if you go down one more time, I'm taking a point. You cannot keep going down to get out of the clinch or get out of this inside position. You have to fight your way out. Like you said, that is not a legal move.
Chris, when I was a low-level pro boxing referee on the Midwest circuit, I found it all the time.
And you can see some of the good work being done by Sabatini in that round. Beautiful uppercut, but Marta just having that iron-like chin continue to come through. And watch, just not even really being hit. Oh, I don't like where I'm at, let me go to the ground. It's a good strategy until it's not. Hopefully the referee warned him. Not sure if he did, but you would have thought after the third time he would have called him into the middle and said, hey, no mas.
So the 1-point deduction taken by referee Stefano Valenti against Christian Sabatini in round number 3 was for excessively dropping to the canvas without punches. We talked about it in our commentary on round number 3. That's not legal under the unified rules. And Valenti clearly had enough in what was the combined 8th slip of this fight.
And like they say, Sean, 8 is enough. That's what I said. That 1 point could definitely make this fight a draw.
Well, Charlie Marta told us in our fighter meeting, I would rather lose by knockout than win by decision. We'll see how Marta reacts if indeed he does win by decision.
See if he's upset. I don't know. Sean, it's a little different though. 3-round fight, not as much time. I would like to see 2 more rounds of this. Very interesting, especially if the referee starts taking this point from 17, he might say, oh, I don't need to go down. All right, it's not working anymore.
Again, the 1-point deduction issued to Sabatini by Stefano Valenti in round number 3 for excessively dropping to the canvas. Could mean nothing, could mean everything. To end all suspense, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges at ringside score the fight 29-27. 30-27 and 29-27 to the winner by unanimous decision. Christian Sabatini!
I'm not sure how that math happened, Sean, but it doesn't matter. That meant nothing. All 3 judges gave the fight to Sabatini on that effective striking.
Somehow a 30-27 slipped in with the 1-point deduction. So as I said, that 1-point deduction could mean nothing, it could mean everything. It turned out it meant nothing, and truly on the one judge's 30-27 scorecard. Christian Sabatini and Charlie Marta going the distance. Both fighters having their moments. Multiple slips. The point deduction issued to Sabatini, excessively dropping to the canvas by Stefano Valenti in round number 3, but it did not matter. The winner, by way of unanimous decision, Christian Sabatini defeats Charlie Marta.
Friday, August 8th, the roar of Sturgis Bike Week meets the thunder of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. BKFC rumbles into the Buffalo Chip with an action-packed night, headlined by the unbeaten, defiant Brian Atchison, taking on the dangerous knockout artist who's been on a roll, Mike Jones. Plus, heavyweight giants collide as Bare